Ladies and gentlemen, we are live once more, coming to you from the Moonbear Broadcasting Studio, bringing you Day 3 of the 2017 European Riot Rumble. With both the Baron and Dragon divisions out of the way, we bring you the Gromp division final between The Way You Make Me Peel and Berlin's finest feeders. We saw We Rumble, You Crumble coming out on top against the Flat Earth Society in the Baron division on Day 1. And with the return of the Peace Pigeon, Polished Vibes were able to take down Banditos and stop their undefeated streak, and were crowned the champions of the Dragon division. And if these games are any indication of what's to come, I can't wait to see what the Grump division has in store for us. I'm Dawood Sandstorm Dawood, and joining me for today will be Rob Ghost of Dreams Price.
Yeah, and you've said it perfectly. This is looking to be an absolutely explosive series. We have so many upsets coming throughout the week. All of them going to 5 games as well, and there's no reason this isn't going to be the same. These two teams are so evenly matched, and I cannot wait for this.
Yeah, exactly, especially with the fact that both these teams have met and they played against each other in the winner's bracket, and Berlin's finest feeders were the ones coming out on top. But the way you make me feel, rather, still fought throughout the loser's bracket, and now they're here. They made it to the finals once more. They're going up against the Berlin's finest feeders, and they want their revenge. And this time, what a better place to get a revenge?
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. They've got to prove themselves now. They are going to be gunning for this. There's no reason for them to not step up to the plate and really take it to Berlin's finest feeders and see if they can go toe-to-toe with them. And coming into it, I mean, you've got so much wombo combo on both sides. These teams are going to scrap over every little thing on the map, every objective that comes their way. There's just going to be shots fired everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have a quick look over some of the star carries for both these teams. First of all, we're going to be looking at M, the mid laner for Berlin's finest feeders.
Yeah, and I think the KDA and the kill participation says it all there. 20 and 100% kill participation in these games. If you want to shut down any player on this team, it's going to be M in that mid lane. Get the jungler in there. Try and stop this menace from just taking over the game.
Yeah, exactly. And on the flip side, we're looking at the marksman, the AD carry, Maiga, the bot laner, of course, for the side of The Way You Make Me Peel.
And this is why we've got the MF as the picture here. Big pick for Maiga coming in here. It's just been fantastic for their team. Miss Fortune just fits into so many different compositions for them, and it's always been pick or ban for Maiga in the bottom side, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it be the same throughout this series.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking about wombo combo, especially. You got the Miss Fortune, Orianna, Galio for one side. You have Alistair, of course, for the other side to be engaging with a Lux as well, and Annie. So there's just so much potential for these games, and just I like it. I love it, and I can't wait for all that explosiveness to come in.
And this is the thing that we were talking about just before the game started. There's so many different avenues for them to get those engages. You know, for the likes of Berlin's finest feeders, we've got the top lane, the jungler, and the support that you just mentioned, all wanting to get in there and be that engaged to be the playmaker for the team. And it's answered on the other side as well with the exact same lane. So, and then you've got stuff like the Annie and the Lux and everything coming through in the mid lane. So it's just everyone wants to go for it. Everyone wants to engage, and this is why I cannot wait to see the way this game's turn out.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be jumping into the pick and ban base for the first game, and of course, Orianna's going to be the first ban already taken away from M in that mid lane. As you said, there could be a lot of focus towards it, so we might be looking at another, maybe a Lux ban or an Annie ban as well. So just a lot of the focus is going to be in the mid lane for both these teams. Meanwhile, Twitch picked up against Maiga.
I think no matter what way they ban here, there's so many shared champions across the board here that someone's going to end up not on something they're quite comfortable on, but right now it's actually going to be kind of shared across the board where they're going with the bans. You can see the Kled in the top lane towards the Berlin's finest feeders there. That's been played quite a bit for them. It's kind of been the fallback though after the Nautilus, so surprised to see that banned away first rather than the Nautilus.
Yeah, exactly. And you're talking about, of course, the Galio was flexed between the jungler and the top laner, of course, for the side of Berlin's finest feeders. So that is something that you might want to take away in that situation, because it's just something that's so strong in the current meta, of course. You have someone maybe engaging towards the top lane like the Jarvan or like the Kled that was taken away. You combine that with the engage potential that the Galio just gives, of course, with the damage reduction. It's just insane, to be honest.
And it works so well, too, in this situation, because there's a lot, these lanes like to play aggressive, and you never know where the Galio is going to be post 6. You just don't know. You don't have the vision control. You don't have any idea. Can we actually go aggressive here? Can we try and get a kill? Because at any point in time, that Galio could come visit your lane.
Yeah, exactly. And we're looking at the last bans coming in right now. Twitch, Tristan actually target towards Maiga, and the Jinx coming in again actually against Stockbrood. I'm kind of surprised that the Misfortune actually made it through, because Stockbrood played that in every single game in the group stages, and he's played it every single time that it wasn't banned. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the first pickup for Berlin's Fighters Feeders.
Yeah, most certainly. And could also see something maybe like the tanky top laner coming through as well. Try and get that one away, or even try and steal away the Lux from M. I mean, it's in the champion pool of Riot, so could definitely be a pickup for them.
Yeah, exactly. And if he doesn't pick up the Lux, he still has the Malzahar, he still has the Annie, which still hasn't been banned away, and they're actually going to first pick the Lux, just as you mentioned.
Yeah, great pickup. Very safe as well. Like, Lux is someone that can play very far back in lane. You don't have to worry about too much about the jungle pressure coming through. And then, of course, you've got that roaming potential coming through as well because of the long-range ultimate. And as we're talking about, you know, it's basically trading champions back and forth here. The Misfortune going to get picked up for Stockbrood down on that bottom side of the map. So we're already starting to see a lot of these big wombo ultimates come through.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just waiting to see what the pickup here is going to be for Berlin's Finest Feeders to combine it with the Misfortune. It is going to be the Alistar. Again, it's the same scenario for Oxy in that bottom lane with Stockbrood. They always picked up the Misfortune. They always picked up the Alistar whenever they weren't banned, and whenever they were available, they're always just going to go for them.
And it's such a nice combo as well. The MF with the slows sets up so well for the Alistar, which then sets up for the MF ultimate. It's just, it all works incredibly well together, and it's such a strong lane, particularly if you're looking towards the early stages of the game, pre-6 even, you've got the Alistar who can go in aggressively, and then you can get the double shot off of the MF as well. You just set up everything. It works incredibly well together, and it's very hard to disengage from that. So I think you're going to be looking at the side of the way you make me peel, picking a very safe bottom lane. They want to make sure that they're not going to get caught up or picked off by this combo.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, I just want to take a look real quick at the Misfortune. Of course, you were talking about it. They already picked it up, so I'm not sure what's going to happen here, but what about the recent changes to Duskblade and Ghostblade? Will that affect the build path that Misfortune would go for, or what's the itemization going to be for that champion?
Yeah, most certainly. Like, MF has always been someone who does very well when the lethality was there, and now we're seeing that resurgence again, along with the Yomus and the Duskblade as well. And it works incredibly well too, because MF has this the pop shot on the passive even, where every time she gets the first shot on someone, you get the extra tick of damage. If you have that, and then you get the Duskblade on top of it just from working your way in and out of the bushes, that's a lot of damage that comes down very, very quickly. And of course, because MF has the innate attack speed built in on the W, and you've got the ultimate there as well, you don't really need to rely on the attack speed so much. You can just stay back and just allow the lethality to do the work for you.
Yeah, exactly. And what do you think the response is going to be here from the way you make me peel? How are they going to respond towards that aggressive bot lane in the form of the Misfortune and the Alistar?
I think they're going to have to go for something like a Lucian, or something that has the mobility there and can answer for the mid game of the Misfortune. Because if you don't, you run a very high chance. Say you're going for that late game scaling, like the Jinx that they've kind of favoured it quite a bit. If they have that coming through, you are going to lose quite heavily in the mid game, and that's not really what you want to do. You want to make sure that you're able to pick up these objectives. Lest you get like yesterday, where we saw to start off Infernal Drake every single game.
Oh boy.
You don't want to be giving these objectives across. You don't want to just start the snowball off so easily for these guys. So I think you need something, maybe if not in the AD carry role, definitely in the mid lane, just to try and solidify yourself and make sure that you've got the mid game. Lux does very well in the mid game once she hits that 2 items, so she could try and be an answer for it, but it's going to be so difficult for her to get onto the backline and get to the Misfortune, who's most certainly going to be standing back with that bullet time.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking about the Lux. We're talking about that pick potential, of course, that might come in with the Lux in the later stages of the game, and how Misfortune will work on. But the thing is, what I'm thinking, the Misfortune is going to be immobile whenever she's using that bullet time, whenever she's ulting. And then you have Lux, whose cooldown ultimate would be up to 28 seconds once it's 45% cooldown at the maximum level. And if you actually kill someone, it goes down to half, which is 14 seconds. That's going to be insane. You would be able to use that definitely more than once or twice in a single team fight. And you're talking about already knowing that there's going to be an immobile AD carry ulting. So it's going to be just a very easy target for you to pick up. But the thing is, will the Lux have enough damage to actually take her down?
That's my big gripe with it, is that I don't think you're going to have enough damage from just the ultimate. And if MF is positioned well enough, you're never really going to hit the Lucent Binding or anything else that's going to come through. So you're not going to have that one-shot potential there, but you can most certainly do a heap of damage to her. You will take take away half her health, no bother whatsoever. So it's still going to have to be, okay, this is the question that comes down for the Lux. Do I go all in on the AD carry, or do I try and, you know, shred through these tanks, shred through the rest of the team? If I would nearly argue that I completely argue, is you're better off getting 2 to 3 members caught up on that ultimate rather than just focusing on the MF in the backline.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking about all these bot lane matchups and what's going to happen just because of what's been picked so far. But we didn't touch on the fact that Jarvan hasn't been banned, the Xin Zhao, the Amumu, they haven't been banned. There's a lot of engaged potential with those champions.
One that I'm actually interested to see now is that Warwick pick. Because as you were saying, immobile AD carry in the backside, you take away the War, or you pick up the Warwick and you just run at her. There's no way she's going to get that ultimate off. You might get a nice combo, but if Warwick is coming fast and furious for you, you've got to just book it.
Yeah, you got to run like hell. And, of course, the Galio's still available. So you're talking about maybe the potential for a Warwick jumping in with Infinite Duress and then Galio jumping in, giving him that extra damage reduction. Still, because both these teams have the chance to pick it up. It's Berlin's finest feeders, as far as I remember, who have the chance to pick up the next champion. So they could go for it. Or it could be a response for the side of Berlin's finest feeders. They could go and maybe pick it up for the jungle or the top, because it can still be flex in the top or in the jungle. Yeah, and we're back.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'd like to see here is actually the Galio picked up and then look at it for a flex. Because, of course, you do have that on the side of the way you make me peel. Make sure that you've either got the guaranteed nice lane, or else you've got a jungle pick, which is incredible strong. But speaking of strong jungle pickups, the Sejuani coming through, that is so nice with the Lux, because you're basically guaranteed to burst someone down now. If you pick off one of these squishies with either one of the bindings or with the ultimate coming through, they're going to be gone.
Yeah, especially with the E, of course, you got the QE ultimate, just that instant poke, and then you got, if they're going to go for the Caitlyn, just going to set up a couple of traps while they're still in that glacial prison, and just makes it easier for them to pick them off one by one.
Exactly, and this is going to be so scary when we start to set up around these objectives, because if you don't have the vision down, you're trying to walk through Caitlyn traps, Lux bindings, Lux ultimate, Sejuani in your face. Like, you do not want to check any of these brushes whatsoever. Even if you're an Alistar and you're super tanky, you've only got a couple of seconds to survive, and that's not going to be enough.
Oh, but the Maokai is going to get picked up here for the side of Berlin's finest feeders. It has been played quite a bit in that top lane, of course, so definitely excited to see. Or, again, it could be flex to the jungle. That's the thing about the Maokai and the Galio, they can go in either place.
And this is the thing, we've seen it in professional play in both the jungle. It's been just throughout for EU LCS, whereas LCK have been putting more into the top lane. It was only Untara playing it today for SKT, so you can definitely flex that one around. But I like it as well, just talking about how can we keep vision control. You can just lob Maokai saplings in there all day long, make sure there's no bushes that are left untouched, and this is just going to be fantastic. It means they've got a little bit more safety if they start to lag behind in that vision control.
Yeah, exactly, and we're going to see the Malphite and the Annie taken away here. Berlin's finest feeders know that Glacian towards that top lane just loves that engage potential, loves that Malphite, and he also plays a little bit of the Maokai, so the fact that they picked it up and banned the Malphite away from him, because just imagine this combo of a Sejuani and a Malphite and a Lux, and the support hasn't even been picked yet.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just going to be so much protection there for the backline as well, because the second you step out of line, you're going to have everyone coming your direction. And this is why I was talking about the explosiveness of these team styles is just going to be fantastic, and I'm just excited to see. I'm actually hoping again we do get Infernal, just so we can see them scrapping the second they get into
an Infernal or a Mountain, because both can be very important. Yeah, especially the Galio is going to be banned the way we're talking about him. Kind of feel bad that he's taking away the Syndra as well. Going to be the final ban in the second ban phase, taken away from M, with the Syndra, the Annie, the Lux, the Orianna taken away from him. What is he going to go for this time? What does he have in his arsenal?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out at the moment, because there's just so much taken off the table right now, and particularly, yeah, I'm not sure, particularly when you've got the safety there of the Lux, but the Jarvan's going to be picked up, so
Maokai in the jungle.
Yeah, I was going to say Maokai in the jungle, so that's going to be a very strong top laner. But of course, you will have the counter pick coming through for the way you make me peel as well. So they're going to be happy enough. They got a bit of time to sit on it, mull it over, and figure out what they want to go with. They could go for the super tank, which is kind of what they've been playing so far. But don't forget, they have champions like Poppy up there as well, so they can easily pick that one out, which does so well against the Flag and Drag of the J4.
Yeah, but they're going to go for that Nautilus in that top lane. So it's going to be quite a nice matchup, I think, towards the top side. A little bit of pressure coming up from the Nautilus just because of the Riptide. Maybe the Jarvan might be able to apply a lot of pressure, or just let him push him in, and then just try and see if they can get the Maokai to rotate towards the top lane, because we know that there's always going to be a sneaky way for the Maokai to just get level 3 instantly. Have a sapling towards the blue buff on the bottom side, start at the red side, and it just makes the clear speed so much quicker, and you won't be able to anticipate where he's going to be.
Yeah, but what I do like about the Berlin's Finest Feeders comp right now is it's just like, screw this area. This entire thing just is a fun zone. It's going to be the Alistair going in, the Jarvan going in with the Cataclysm, and then you're like, oh, let's send in a few shots across with the Misfortune as well. That's just not somewhere you want to end up. And then it's like,
so many circles. You should be happy
right
now.
All the walls. there's just, there's just, unless you put Talia in there, that's basically all the wall, and a Trundle. That's what they needed as well, yeah. So,
pillar.
But, and this has just been, it's answered so well on the far side as well. I really like the Zyra pickup as the bottom, because she works so well against these guys who want to go in, who want to be that big engage. You just lay down your own ultimate, and the Grasping, or the Strangled Horns even, are just going to knock everyone up in that region. So great pickup there for Arya in the bottom lane.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking about wombo combos. You got, as you said, the roots coming out from the Zyra. You got the lockdown coming out from the Lux. The Glacial Prison coming in from Havoc Rumpet on that Sejuani. And then you got Glacian on that Nautilus in the top lane. Just with he has the hook. Of course, he has the depth charge as well, just to chase down whatever AD carry. And especially against someone like the Misfortune, she won't be able to run far.
No, not at all. So, but that's the thing. It's how are you going to play around this? Because now you've got to wonder, okay, so if everyone's diving forward, it's very easy for the likes of the Sejuani to just dive at your backline. And the thing is, you've got that protection there. Caitlyn, pretty mobile with the net, and you've got the Zyra there as well to just start locking people up as they try to go through. And you've got the Lux shield that's going to be coming down as well. So a lot of, counter engage that comes from this comp as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I love the fact that both these teams just can go ham on their engages. Jarvan, Maokai, Alistair, and then on the flip side you got Nautilus. So they're all just going to be running straight towards each other. There's no disengage. They're all just going to engage and just sit there and fight it out.
Riot's newest feature movie is just going to be this. It's going to be like everything flying at each other at the same time.
Yeah, but we're going to have a quick rundown here. The way you make me pick Glacian in the top lane, Havoc Rumpet in the jungle, Isa in the mid lane, Maiga in the bot lane, and Arya for support.
And on Berlin's Finest Feeders, we're going to have Fiona Sauce coming in the top lane. It's going to be Purple Dave in the jungle, M for the mid lane, Stock Brood in the bottom lane, alongside his support, probably Oxy.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be jumping straight into the first game of this best of 5 for the Grump Division final between Berlin's Finest Feeders and The Way You Make Me Peel.
Yeah, this is just going to be so good. I cannot wait to see the explosiveness of this going to kick off. I've said explosion so many times, but that is what it's going to be. It's just everything flying at each other.
Are we going to see an invade?
I think perhaps. I mean, they are most certainly going aggressive, but probably Oxy has been spotted on the ward, so the Alistair will be forced back very soon.
Yeah, Oxy's just sending in a ward. He doesn't know that just yet. Isa, pretending that he doesn't know, uses the E to check out another area just because they already know that there's a cow in that bush. I'm going to try and just buy as much time here. But I don't think we're going to see any early invade just yet, because in the yesterday in the games that we've seen, there was always a Thresh, a Braum, a Nautilus. There's always something that it just makes it easier for you to go for an early invade, but nothing special this time, because Oxy, yes, he can jump in, but you'd be forced to flash if you want to start off with the Q and just knock people up. But I think he's just going to play it safe, and they're just going to set up a line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's going to be it for the moment. Looking to see if they are going to start anything interesting. Looks like instead they're just going to go for the blue. I was actually wondering, you mentioned it yesterday, was if they were going to go for this kind of cool start, which you can do with the Maokai, where throw the sapling into the bush, head off over to your Raptors, and then you get a leash as well there. And you just hit so fast that level 3 point. 2.5 minutes you can be in lane and really disrupt it.
Yeah, and exactly. The way that the saplings were used just there isn't the most efficient way, just because what you can actually do is you need to put a little bit of a distance between each sapling, because the 3 procs coming out from them don't really stack. So if all 3 of them hit at the same time, it's not going to proc 9 times. It's only going to proc the 3 after the latest one.
Yeah, but still very fast clear coming through from the Maokai, and very healthy going into that top side of the jungle as well. We'll look to start up his Raptors just now, and of course because you're able to just walk them directly into that bush, you can clear them so fast with the saplings, which is why we're seeing Maokai jungle raised to such prominence in that role.
Yeah, especially with the engage potential coming out from his ultimate, the fact that you can engage it without even being in the lane. You can, for example, if you're heading towards the bottom side of the map, just chuck it in there from behind the turret even, and then it's just going to run them down. Especially that the speed increases the longer it goes on for.
And that's what I love about the Maokai skin. I've never been so terrified of cute kittens in my life. Just diving in your direction.
See, now I don't want to play a game against Maokai. I have the skin, but it's just terrifying to see them just run towards
but when it's you're fine.
Yeah.
It's just like pet the kitty.
Yeah, you tell them it's fine. Just pet the kitty. You're fine. It's nothing special. But meanwhile, Maiga's going to get a little bit aggressive. You're going to get a decent amount of damage from Stockbrood and Oxy. they're going to back off. It's just going to be a little bit of trading early on. We're kind of used to this at this point. But forcing the push already out of Micah is going to give the advantage rather over to Stockbrood and Oxy.
And I was actually wondering at the start if the Alistair was going to go with the exhaust or the ignite, but it looks like he's going to go for the exhaust instead, just to try and keep the AD carry a little bit safer. As we were saying, there's so much dive potential coming through. Just want to make sure you've got that available at all times.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking about, sadly, we're going to have a Cloud Drake for the first Drake. It's not going to be an Infernal. It's not going to be a Mountain. It's not going to be as spicy game as we want it to be. But hopefully later on we'll get more lucky.
Yeah. Probably will, as actually looks like the Maokai might be getting lucky here after finding the Sejuani in her own jungle. Very, very low at the moment.
Yeah, Purple Dave seems a little bit hungry right now. And the fact that Gleason can't actually rotate because he's being pushed towards his turret. And that's the thing. Purple Dave is allowed to invade this early on just because he has the pressure coming out from the Jarvan on the top lane.
And it's not only that, it's Maokai heals so effectively. Ooh, forced a flash there.
Alright, that is a decent amount of damage actually coming out from the Jarvan. And honestly, I expected a lot of the pressure coming out from the Nautilus, but Jarvan's just playing exceptionally well.
And to be honest, from a team called BFFs, I would have expected him to be a little bit more friendly. That's just rude. Forcing him out of lane that early. Forcing them to burn his TP most certainly as well to get back up there. Unless he wants to lose a lot of CS.
Yeah, exactly. Especially that right now, BFFs, they might feel a little bit more comfortable than Peel because they have a 1-0 lead because they continue throughout the winners bracket and they haven't dropped a single game. Meanwhile, the way you make me feel rather, they're on the back foot, so they have to show up in the first game of the series. Because you don't really want to be in a situation where you're 2-0 behind, but it doesn't even matter. Ox is going to be jumping in, massive amounts of damage coming on to Maiga. He doesn't have a potion. He has the heal though, but he plays it cool. He knows they're not going to be able to secure it just yet. No summoners forced just for now.
But BFF are really showing their dominance in this game. Not only now have they burnt the flash in the top side and forced them back. They've now done the exact same in the bottom lane. Stockbrood and probably Oxy are doing a terrific job here.
And look at this positioning from Oxy. He's just going in because he doesn't really care. The AD carry isn't there. He's not going to be able to push him out. And they want to push this lane in right now to try and see if they can deny as much CS as possible. Because they have a 14 CS lead at the moment over Maiga in that bot lane.
And this is one of the things when you're playing such a squishy support like Zyra. Sometimes you're able to, kind of maneuver the wave up into that little top side so then you can hold it there, stop it from hitting the tower. But when you're so squishy, you're going to end up nearly dying to the minion wave and you're just setting yourself up from an all-in from Stockbrood and probably Oxy. So unfortunately, a lot of that CS is just going to be burnt to the tower, which is why we now have a 14 CS lead in the bottom lane.
Yeah, exactly. And looking towards that top lane again, Glacen's getting a little bit aggressive at this point, and Fionosis just ignores the minions. But here's the thing, he might have the Maokai force support. He's towards that top side of the jungle. But the Maokai is just going to back off for now. It's just going to keep it calm at this point because massive wave, and it's just going to keep going in for those knockups. They're just going for a little bit of a trade early on.
And this is the thing. I like the way Fionasi's playing this because...
Oh, but here comes Havoc Crumpy. He's going to get stunned up and plays it really, really well. He's going to try and buy as much time. The wall to slow him down. The root is actually going to come in. The light binding does its work, but it is a little bit too late. And again, no Summoner's Force just yet. And knowing exactly the limitations of his champion.
I could see Havoc Crumped there when the binding landed. I was like, don't do it. Nivea still has egg. Don't go in. Don't do it.
Bad idea. Bad idea.
You can see the cogs worrying, but
Havoc Crumpet though. I love the fact that he can't get slowed whenever he rushes in on that Sejuani, just because of how it works and how her passive just lasts for about a second, I believe, where she just resists those slows. Meanwhile, immediately just wants to counter gank towards that top and going to clear a bit of vision with that control ward and just alleviate some of that pressure towards that bottom side.
Yeah, that was all that gank was really there from the Maokai, was show your face, make sure that you can get a little bit more control back over for BFF. Because, of course, they've been so dominant in this lane, you want to make sure that they're able to keep that up and keep the pressure there.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to take a look at the difference yet again in the bottom side because we talked about Stockbrood and how strong he actually is. He's going to get another engage from Oxy. Just, again, decent amount of trade. But that's actually a massive amount of damage because it killed a minion, and that's why you do not pick a Zyra into the misfortune. But Glacier towards that top lane. Fionosis might be able to secure first blood just there. He's going to flash, he's going to get the Q, and he's going to get the first blood.
That was so well played by the Jarvan. He knows that there's no flash there available for the Nautilus. He can go aggressive, even flashing underneath the turret to secure it with the Q. Brilliant play.
Yeah, really well played for the Jarvan. Again, as you said, he knows that the flash isn't available. He goes in, he goes deep, and he gets the kill. That's exactly the lead that you need to get.
Brilliant as well. Coming from out of vision as well means that Nautilus thinks they're safe to go up, make it into the lane, get a little bit more CS for themselves, but unfortunately it's not to be. And this is it, just the Jarvan starting the snowball early, just forcing Nautilus away. You can see level 7 to level 6. So This is not where you want to be when this Jarvan is most certainly going to be looking to split push.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to talk about a little bit more about the bottom lane, because again, look at Oxy and how aggressive he is. I love it, because every single time you overstep your welcome, you just come out a little bit ahead of where you don't want him to be, and he just immediately engages.
And I love the way he's utilizing the brushes there. As a support main, this is how I like to play the lane, is get into the brushes, so then it's a choice of, okay, can we actually get up here? Can we make this work? Because you're either going to lose the minions because of the fear of this, what the support can bring your way, or else you're going to take a whole heap of damage from this combo.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be Purple Dave rotating towards the bottom, so they're going to clear a little bit of vision. He threw a sapling in the bush behind them, so if they pressure them, the sapling might be able to do a little bit of help. I love the fact that Oxy just keeps on stepping those traps whenever Mike is in a position to not answer and not hit him with those headshots, and that's exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, well, right now we're going to actually look at Havoc Rumpet. Going to be taking the blue buff for themselves, so just trying to make sure that they can keep up with the Maokai right now, wanting that XP more than anything else.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm looking at the gold difference. We're only 9 minutes in, and it's a 1.2k gold lead, and it's only from the one kill, and the rest is just CS. You got 20 CS in the bottom lane, 10 CS in the mid lane, and it's evened out everywhere else.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's just the pressure that's coming down from the, you know, we're already talking about M and how aggressive she likes to play in that mid lane, and you can, like we've talked about already, the
Gleason going to get knocked up once more. The Cataclysm is available. He's going to be jumping in. He's going to be getting yet another kill. And Fionosis is on fire right now. 2 kills to nothing and keeping the pressure going. Going to deny that CS, and that's the perfect lead you want as a Jarvan.
And this is the thing. This is why you see so many people rushing the likes of the Ninja Tabi. Just get the cloth armor, get that armor into your build as soon as possible against a pick like Jarvan. It shuts them down so much, but it just means you're so much more comfortable in the lane. You're not going to continuously take this damage and be unprepared for the all-in.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at the gold lead, there's about a 500 gold lead in that bottom lane, all because of the CS. The 2 kills in that top lane, again with the 9 CS in his favor, almost going to give him a 900 gold lead. That is the best start you can actually ask for as the BFFs.
And this is the things. Oh, actually, as we say that,
he's going to get a big stun. His ultimate's going to be coming out of the Aniva. Is going to try and slow him down. The Ignite is going to get popped. The barrier as well in response. Final Spark is available, but Oxy is on the run, and here comes Crumpy. He's going to try and knock them both up. He knocks his Rani back. The ultimate is available. He might be able to try and re-engage there. And there is the Glacial Prison, and there comes the bullet time. Have a Crumpet, and he's actually going to take him down. Maiga is down, and that's a double kill for Stockbrood. They turn it around. Oxy's going to exhaust. He's going to knock him up, and that's a triple kill for Stockbrood.
that was disgusting. Oxy buffered the pulverize, so he ends up knocking up the double engage as it comes through. Means he's able to survive the whole way through the bullet time. That's just lashing through the rest of them. Watch the pulverize here. The second these guys get in range, Oxy buffers it, hits both them. And that's why they weren't able to get locked up. So when the grasping roots comes through, it's only onto probably Oxy, and there's nothing else for them to keep.
Look at that bullet time damage. That is insane.
Perfect. There is no other way to describe that. So well played by the bottom lane of BFF, and that's just put them so far ahead. I was going to talk about, you know, usually when you're looking at the AD carrying their 500 gold ahead, yeah, it's really nice. Oh, that was a kill.
Bye, Jarvan.
Yeah, trying to tower dive a little bit too aggressively, I'm going to assume. Cataclysm was up, but I have a feeling that just before that actually happened, I think it was just coming off cooldown. But yeah, I was going to talk about how a 500 gold lead doesn't really matter until you get past the BF sword, you get past the pickaxe and stuff, because of how expensive those items are. But because you're playing an MF in the bot lane, every longsword counts. Yeah. Literally.
So exactly. And look at Stockwood. He already has at the speed of Jack there, but we're going to have a look at Fionosis and Gleason towards that top lane.
Yeah, you can see that the all-in looks like it can come through right now, and the Nautilus just is tanky, but just not enough to deal with this Jarvan. And look at the cooldown on the Cataclysm. He goes in and it's not available. So when he gets the slow, the nice flash as well, and the ult to come through for good measure. The swag hook, I'm going to call it.
Yeah, the swag hook.
It was, there wasn't enough burst damage to finish him off. But this will help out massively the Nautilus to try and get back into this. Has got that armor coming through as well for himself now, so should be able to survive a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly, and love the fact that Stockwood, as soon as he got that triple kill, the Duskblade of Drakthar and a 40 CS lead, and it's going to be Oxy going in one more time, and here comes Purple Dave. The bull time is going to come out, and here comes the Twisted Advance, going to buy as much time, but Aria, a little bit healthier than it was last time, that she's going to survive just for now, and the minions are going to try and push it down the bottom lane. It's going to be easily cleared by Maiga.
Yeah, but that does mean that the rest of Peel are going to go up towards this top side of the map, try and get this Rift Herald over, and that'll be massive for the Nautilus if they give it across. Just that extra pushing power and everything that comes with it is going to help out so well against the Jarvan.
Yeah, exactly, because the constant pressure coming out from the Jarvan, he has the Black Cleaver available right now. There's no Ninja Tabi just yet on the Nautilus. There's no Biomutant, of course, completed into the... I'm trying to think of the name. Damn. The fire.
I was looking at the mini-map. I was in my world.
You're in your own world at the moment. But blue team, they are going to secure it. Peel are going to secure themselves the Rift Herald, and they're going to be able to apply a little bit more pressure towards that top side.
Yeah, and right now it looks like they're going to try and put the pressure down on the Jarvan as well, but he knows that something is up, so Jarvan's going to just back away right now.
Yeah, exactly, and going to be looking towards, rotating towards the bottom side, and Purple Dave is on the run as well. They want to try and see if they can dive Maiga and Aria. You need to get the hell out of there. Stockbrood is in a good position. It's going to be Oxy jumping in. He's going to be tanking. He still has the Unbreakable Will. And the Root's going to be coming out of the map cry. And that's going to be an easy double kill for the BFFs. And Oxy doesn't even care. The Unbreakable Will gives him that damage reduction. And he's going to easily survive. And a well-executed dive coming out from the BFFs.
Yeah, that's the power of the Alistar. But this is the power of the Rift Herald. We're now in a race to see who's going to take the first turret. And it's actually going to be Peel who are going to pick it up. They've abandoned the push in the bottom side of the map to see if they can make something happen.
Here comes Fionosis. He has the Cataclysm. And in comes Half a Crumpet. He's going to jump in, and Oxy coming in to follow up. The final spark going to come down, but there's not enough damage. BFFs are going to trade one kill for that one turret in mid lane, but I think Peel are the ones coming out on top in that trade.
Yeah, they will. Just about. It's very, very close. It's actually going to be 50 gold in the difference.
Hey, that's a massive amount. That's 50. Yeah. That is 2 minions or a cannon minion.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's not going to be held on for long as Stockbrood has come down and going to finish off this turret. And that's nice for the MF because she's going to be able to get all that gold for herself rather than splitting it out between the rest of the team. So Stockbrood is now in a fantastic position to go back, finish off this Youmuu's Ghostblade, and really start to dish out the damage.
Yeah, exactly. Misfortune 3-0 and 2, 50 CS ahead. This is the perfect game you could ever ask for. Finished another Serrated Dirk, has the Caulfield's Warhammer. He's going to be going into the I think the Ghostblade as well. So that's going to be even more lethality at this point. And you got to think, Maiga hasn't even completed a first item at this point. All they have is a BF sword and a Berserker's Greaves to their name.
And this is the thing, she's going to start working up towards that Black Cleaver as well, so she's going to get that little bit of tankiness too, so it's going to become quite difficult to deal with this MF. Not only is she going to be shredding through your tanks, as we saw already, that Sejuani disappeared underneath that bullet time. She's going to be dishing out lots and lots of damage. And
but here comes Purple Dave. M needs to get the hell out of there. She's going to get rooted. Not going to be in now if the final spark comes down. The egg is forced, but that should be an easy kill going over to Peel. Really good rotation coming up from Havoc Crumpet any second now, and there it is. Isa going to be the one to pick it up.
I'm glad that they gave it over to the Lux as well. Isa struggling a little bit once the kill was going across, but now that she's got that for herself, the Lux will be super happy.
Yeah, but Fionos is going to be trying to jump in. He has the Cataclysm available for himself, but I don't think you want to try and risk it this much. He already failed the dive towards the top side, and Lux is not really the appropriate target you want to go for. You got a root, you got a slow to deal with. Bad idea.
Plus the barrier as well to boot, so definitely not wanting to trifle with her in the mid lane. Right now we're going to be looking at the guys trying to pick up the dragon for themselves right now. They will handily pick this up for themselves, as there's not really going to be any sort of answer coming.
Yeah, exactly. So Stockbrood already has... Oh, there we go. Infernal Drake. Finally, exactly what we wanted. But the extra mobility going to be allowed for BFFs here. It's going to make it easier for them to engage before any damage comes in from the side of Peel. And with the Alistar, who actually has the mobility boots already available to themselves, that's going to be really, really fast.
Yeah, most certainly is. And this is the thing now. I want to see probably Oxy see where they can influence the map. They're looking towards the top side right now, but might end up running into the Sejuani.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm looking towards a little bit of the vision game coming up from both these teams. BFFs, because they have a little bit of pressure towards that bottom lane where it's the mid lane for Peel. I think around the mid lane it's a lot harder to work around before whenever you didn't secure the tier 1 and tier 1s in top lane and bottom lane, you still can't really be aggressive towards that side. But if you're securing a turret towards the bottom side or the top side, it's easier for you because you're not between these two lanes. You're only covering one side of the jungle rather than both.
I don't know how long that's going to last though. As you can see, Jarvan is pushing in towards that top lane, which means he might be able to pick up that turret sometime soon. And this is what you're talking about. Once those two turrets go down on the outside, it's much easier to get in and try and disrupt behind that mid lane turret. Of course, you've got the dive potential coming through as well with the Alistar, who's able to tank up so much of that turret damage with the Unbreakable, alongside the Maokai with I mean, he's just going to take up the entire lane with that ultimate. So if he sneaks in behind you, that is going to be a very deadly tree.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I think the way you make me feel, they need to focus and try and see if they can cut down the tree before the engage even comes in. Because if you get rooted and you get locked up with the Cataclysm and then you have bullet time, then you have the engage from Oxy, and the wall coming out from the Anivia, but it doesn't even matter. Sejuani's got to get caught here. She's going to get stunned. The wall comes in. The Q's already been used. Bullet time secures
the damage!
But the final spark does massive amounts of damage. And they're going to be able to trade nothing for it, but they're going to be blinking health bars on the side of BFFs.
That was incredibly close. I actually thought the Anivia and the Misfortune were going to go down there. Looks... Where did that damage come from?
Morellonomicon, there you go. Very, very close. The two blinking health bars, Stockbrood and M, got a little bit over aggressive when they were on the Sejuani, but it's still decent amount of damage rather coming out from the side of BFFs, and they're still able to come out on top in that trade. Summoners were forced, but they're still the ones who secured the kill.
And this is the thing, Sejuani just isn't tanky right now. She needs to pick up more items. She's working her way up towards that Iceborne Gauntlet, but it's really not enough right now when you've got so much magic damage that's going to come through from the Anivia. You can see the lockup nearly enough because, of course, Zyra and the Lux as well have so much AoE damage. That's the burst potential that can come through. So yes, you've got, you know, a sizable gold lead going over towards BFF, but that doesn't stop the amount of damage that can come through from this comp.
Yeah, especially that they have 4 out of their 5 members dealing a massive amounts of AP damage. You got the Nautilus in the top lane, going to be stacking later on. You have the Zyra, you have the Lux, you have the Sejuani, all that. Teams of bits of magic damage going to be piling up, but Oxy going to be going for another engage here. It's Isaac going to get blown up. He's going to get locked down. He's going to get stunned. He's going to get destroyed in that mid lane. And BFFs once more secure another kill and a beautiful rotation coming out of them. And it's still going to be Theonosis towards that top lane who might secure a turret as well.
Yeah, and this is just great play coming through from BFF, really pushing the advantage that they have, making sure that they're getting the engages. They know that they're able to go for something like that because the bullet time is up and because, of course, you've got that incredibly tanky cow.
Exactly, and looking towards Fiona's in the top lane. The flash was forced out of Havoc Crumpet, but Fiona's is just going to walk it off with the Swaggy Flag and Drag. It's going to be the Blast Cone not used the best place possible, but still, doesn't even matter. They're going to try and set up vision for this Baron that's currently up at this point. The Herald was already used, I believe, towards that mid lane when they secured the turret, so they can't really try and siege up at this point. And whenever they try and go for a team fight, it doesn't seem to work out for them.
And this is the thing, in that situation, you want to try and go for a pick, try and get yourself back into it. But it's incredibly difficult to do so because BFF are almost always 2 to 3 men, our teammates anyway, at any point in time. And this is the issue. If you're trying to go for the pick, you can't burst down an Anivia quickly. She's just going to be so tanky. And you can't burst through the likes of a Maokai. The Jarvan is so slippery. It makes it incredibly hard to deal with.
Yeah, exactly. And looking towards that Misfortune, the lead's still about a 40 CS lead, 4 kills. 3 assists, and the Ghostblade rather going to get secured, and it's going to be Berserker's Greaves coming in at this point with still not one item finished on Maiga. So they have a massive lead at this point, 5,000 gold. If I'm not mistaken, 21 minutes into this game, and they might be able to start snowballing out of control. They need to start sieging up turrets or wait until the Infernal Dragon comes in because it's coming in 1 minute and 10 seconds.
And that's... You don't want to go into this without the vision control. I actually think the fight's going to start before the Infernal Drake comes up because one of these teams is going to have to try and get in there, and I think it's going to be BFF who have the first push in to clear out the vision, and then it's going to be on Peel to think, okay, how can we get this back before it's too late?
Yeah, exactly. You can already see BFFs are mounting up a siege towards that mid lane. It's going to be a decent amount of wave clear coming up from Isa because you will not be able to siege up when there's wave clear coming up from the Zyra, the Caitlyn, and just absolutely everyone from the side of Peel. Unless they're thinking about a dive in which they might be able to with Oxy if he's the first one to tank up that turret.
They don't have the Maokai there though, and I'm actually surprised to see the jungler on the top side of the map right now. 30 seconds until this Infernal Drake spawns. They are looking for that top turret, but I'm not 100% sure about this. I think you send the Jarvan up and get the Maokai back with the remainder of the team.
Yeah, especially with the TP that's currently available for Fionos on that Jarvan. You'd want him to be the one rotating towards the top side, but it doesn't even matter. It's going to be Purple Dave securing the turret on the top side, and it got on him because he was recalling a couple minutes ago, but decides to say because he noticed that the turret's going to get taken down anyways, and you don't want to miss that local gold.
No, you most certainly do not. He's going to back up quite happily though and make his way down towards the rest of the team. Probably Oxy wants to go in.
Yeah, he's going to go in on to have a Crumpet, but he has no follow-up from this team. The TP going to be coming up all the way to the backline, not even close, and they're chasing down the Alistar. They're going to try and see if they can take him down. He's going to get rooted, he's going to get booted, but The ultimate going to be coming out. He's going to go for that engage. Going to knock them both up. Flashes out of the pit. But here comes the ultimate. Here comes the bullet time. And it's going to shred everyone from the side of Peel. That is 2 kills already secured. And Half a Crumpet still manages to take one down. Gleason takes 1 for 2 onto Oxy. But he's stuck in the pit. Forced to flash. That's going to be an Infernal Drake going into favor of BFFs. Unless it's somehow stolen by a final spark. No, it's going to be a little bit too late. And BFFs yet again come out on top.
It definitely tried to get the steal, but it just wasn't enough in the end, and you gotta kind of question probably Oxy. Where was the communication there? Goes over the wall, ends up getting the combo, but there was no follow-up. The rest of the team weren't there, so left high and dry on that one.
Yeah, but they still came out on top because they secured still 2 kills, and the Infernal Dragon, with a composition like the one they have, the Anivia, the Misfortune, and even the Jarvan at this point, getting those stacks going from the Infernal Drakes, it's just going to be a very, very strong team fight later on in the game. And honestly, I can't wait to see what the next dragon is going to be as well. It is going to be another Infernal. Woo!
I'm actually worried for Peel right now because it's 5-0-4 on this Misfortune.
And a Black Cleaver coming soon.
Everything, exactly. And this is good. That's it. This next team fight around this Infernal Drake or whatever it may be is going to be against this super stocked up MF, and I don't know how you deal with that on the side of Peel.
You ban it in the next game.
Yeah. I don't see. This is the thing. They can try and get the flank off, but there's just too many different ways to protect. It's probably Oxy's got the Peel with the headbutt. You've got the Jarvan who can get the knock up, and then of course you've got the Maokai who can just root everyone in place. So there's so much protection for this Misfortune too. It's going to be incredibly hard for Peel to find a way back into this.
Yeah, it's going to be hard indeed, and that's what Peel need to deal with. It's going to be a very tough fight for them if they want to stay alive in this series. Yes, it's only the first game, but if BFFs continue on the way that they're currently on, they will be getting to 2 on, maybe just 1 game away from getting that championship title. But it's going to be Theonosis chased down in that river. We have a Crumpet going to try to chase him down on his own, though, but here comes the backup. He's going to try and knock him up. Yes, he will. He's going to be slow. He's going to get stunned. He's going to get rooted in that ultimate. He's got Cataclysm. Going to try and slow him down. Oxy's going to be engaged towards the backhand. Bullet Time comes in. Going to take down the Zyra. And on the backline, still, there's going to be Stockwood, who is still alive. And BFFs are going to shred every single person from the way you make me feel. It's going to be a double knockup as well coming up from Oxy. They're going to chase him down 1 by 1. Fiona is looking towards Isa. That turret is not going to save you. Not against every member from BFFs. You're not long for the world. You're going to get taken down anytime soon. And there's the ace.
That fight for BFF. Nobody dying at all. The free ace coming through. And
could they go for Baron?
They can go for Baron, most certainly. 25 minutes into the game, everyone left standing. They can go for this. I mean, that team fight was immaculate. And you know things are rough when the Alistair is peeling 2 of the carries on the back line solo. He had no help for that at all. Just man-moding it back there. It was crazy.
Yeah, but the Knight's Vow, I believe, kicked in massively there because of how it worked. And now they're going to be able to get the Baron for themselves as well. That's going to be a 13 or 12,000 gold lead in favor of the BFFs. Only 26 minutes into this game.
This is... Yeah, you can see it looks like the Jarvan's about to get caught out. Ends up waiting. This is what I like. The Flag and Drag is available, but he doesn't pull the trigger until the rest of the team get here, and it sets them up so nicely. And even though it ends up being the Jarvan caught in the pit, manages to juke out of the way of the Lux ultimate, and the bullet time coming through, shredding through multiple members there. And look at Oxy just in the back line here, just annoying, just being the annoyance that he needs to be. Great flash out from Stockbird as well, keeps him alive, or keeps her alive even, and it means that then the Anivia and the rest of the team are able to finish them off.
Yeah, and the fact, again, it's 5 kills, the Baron. Where do you start to fight back? What do you do?
That's the thing, I don't know how you...
Oh, look at that bullet time. It's just going to shred Aria on that Zyra. Going to get taken down. They're going to try and siege up towards that bottom lane, but the ultimate got to be coming out of Maokai. Here come the kitties. What happened? I thought it wasn't Maokai.
I never said it was Maokai. I like Maokai.
Me. I thought it was Maokai because I looked at Alistair.
Yeah.
I thought it was Alistair because it looked like the same thing
the
from
PJ party. Come on. But yeah, they can dive.
Oh, Glayson's a little bit aggressive there. He's gonna get caught out. He's gonna get destroyed. That's gonna be BFFs mounting the siege on the inhibitor turret. They're gonna try and siege it down 1 by 1, brick by brick. Peel's face is gonna get absolutely destroyed here. And try and chase them down. It's going to go for the inhibitor. They might be able to secure because they have no tank. They have no Peel. Meanwhile, the Jarvan is just wreaking havoc on the top side of the map. Oxy going to be the one to destroy the inhibitor, rather. Going to be trying to go for an engage later on, but Isa going to be able to stay safe for now. The Sun going to be coming in, not going to be able to secure the kill just yet. The ultimate, no auto attack. Fionos is going to be jumping in. Oxy misses the pulverize, not going to get the kill just yet. But it's still another turret and another inhibitor going in the favor of BFFs. It's going to be every single thing being destroyed here. They only have a couple turrets standing in the bottom lane, but everything's just falling to pieces right now for Peel.
Yeah, the base for Peel is in shambles. The Baron power play has been huge for these guys right now, tearing through multiple inhibs, and now there's just the last one remaining. A Mountain Drake about to spawn in 50 seconds. This should definitely go into the hands of BFF, and then they're just going to tear through the last two outer turrets remaining.
Yeah, looking at the goal difference, 13,000 to 7,900 in favor of Stockbridge against Maiga. 8 kills, 8 assists, 16 kills, 16 out of 19 kill participation for that Misfortune. That is insane.
It's just nuts. And it's all been set up from the start of the game. They've been playing fantastically from the bottom side of the map. And, I mean, look at the scores across the board. You cannot fault any of BFF. They've been playing clinically throughout this.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to go for another engagement. This could be the last fight. It is going to be Havoc Crumpet caught in the first of the fight. It's going to be the first one going down. It's going to be Stockbridge, who is legendary. And look at that damage coming up from the bullet time. It's going to be Fionosa jumping in. He's going to take down one. He's going to take down two. Almost. It's going to be the fire spark coming in. Doesn't deal any sorts of damage to anyone but Fionosa. But here comes the ultimate coming out from the Maokai. It's going to be the Alistair jumping in once more. And Ice is going to get rooted. Not really. The cat is going to miss him. It's not even a cat. It is going to be a tree. It's going to be a sapling. It's going to be some form of tree, but it's still going to be BFFs chasing them down one by one. 3 kills again to nothing.
I actually feel sorry for Zyra there. It looked like she escaped, and the next thing Jarvan comes over the wall, just, hey buddy!
Hi.
Takes her down. But look, the base is falling, the towers are crumbling, the rest of BFF are making a beeline towards this Nexus, and it's just not long for the world.
Yeah, the first Nexus has already been Nexus turret rather destroyed, and the second one is to follow. The Nexus is going to get destroyed, and it is going to be BFF still patting those KDA boys. They're getting so many kills right now. Stockboot is legendary, and they get themselves the first game of the series.
11-0-10 is the final score on that Misfortune.
That is one fed Misfortune.
That was ridiculous play.
Redonkulous even.
Redonkulous. Is that because the cowbell, is it? Just
yes.
Okay, nice. I like it. But my God, what a way to send a message. Like, that's how exactly you want to come into this. This is the winner's bracket showing what they've got.
Yeah, exactly, and showing us what they did in the first game, not only in this series, but throughout the winner's bracket as well, just showing us why they're the better team in Grump. And right now, you got to think if you're Peel, you're 2-0 down, 1 game away for the side of Berlin's finest feeders to be on top and to claim that title. But ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will be back with the second game of the series, and maybe even the last one. We'll be right back.
涙よ星に瞬きを伝えて守るものがあるからきっと強くなれる語るべき言葉なくした星の守り手は時の果て夢の果て闇に立ちすくんだ風を呼んでみたんだ空に向けて誰かを呼んでみたんだ光求めたソリチュードかすかなレゾナンス確かに届くロマンスそんな流れ星たちを抱き留めた明日が見えなくだって乗り越えなくちゃって奇跡の奇跡描き未来へつなぐ Growing High 心のフォトンが銀河にこぼれて道を強く照らす Burning Bright それぞれの思い秘めた星の守り手は空からの呼ぶ声に導かれた重ねる手と手には言葉なんかより伝わることがある熱い心通じ合った確かなレゾナンス見つけるのはエッセンス目指した意識の先がディスティネーション答えが見えなくてくじけそうになって支え合い誓い合う絆でつなぐシャイニースマイル心のフォトンが銀河に溢れて道を開く鍵は My Starlight Heart 明日が見えなくだって乗り越えなくちゃって奇跡の奇跡描き未来へつなぐ Growing High 心のフォトンが銀河に溢れて道が開いたら羽ばたいて行こうよ乗り越えて行こうよ星空と溶け合っていつまでも行ける Fly High まっすぐ願いを世界に歌って新しい夜も新しい
Back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be jumping into the second game of this best of 5 final for the Grump division between BFF, Berlin's Finest Feeders, and The Way You Make Me Peel. Now, BFFs are already 2-0 up in this best of 5. Rob, what do they need to change? How can they improve their performance and come back into this series and fight for that title?
I think realistically they need to mix up the ban phase a little bit. We saw the pressure that Oxy was able to put down on that bottom side of the map. It was just insane. Standing never that far pushed up, but it was just enough that at any point in time they could put pressure onto the bottom lane. And as well, of course, we saw when they tried to go, Peel got the help from the jungler in the bottom lane, but they still weren't able to do anything with it. The triple kill over to the MF at the start.
That just destroyed the game.
That was it. But there was the thing was, it was the bottom lane was the big problem, at least what I saw, where not only was it that Stockbrood got so far ahead on the MF, but also the Alistar allowed them to push that advantage even further. They were able to tower dive consistently, and then of course they had all the remaining tanky members coming through as well with the Maokai and everything else, that there was just no way of stopping the onslaught that was coming. I think right now they need to mix it up, get rid of the Alistar, get rid of the MF as well, or at least take away the MF. I mean, we know that Maiga can play that, so why not get it for them?
Yeah, but the thing is, Berlin's Finest Feeders are going to be on the blue side this time, so they're going to have the first pick priority. They can go for the Lux, they can go this time actually steal away from Isa, they can take away the Misfortune from Maiga in the bot lane, and Stockbrood just controlled that Misfortune so well. And the amount of damage with the ultimate coming in, with the bullet time, and just the lane aggression that they had was insane. And we're talking about what needs to change, but the bans are still saying the same. Are they going to take it away the Misfortune in that last ban, or what's going to happen?
Well, they do have the first pick, so they could, as you were saying, pick it up for themselves. But you can see how scared they are of Maiga right now. Double ban going straight towards the bot lane, towards that AD carry, and it's going to be the tower class. I'm not a big fan of this. I really wanted to see the Alistar gone. Oh, sorry, it's actually probably Oxy, sorry, who could be picking it up for themselves. But I think you need to get rid of the Alistar here. There's just so much, but it's going to be the Misfortune. Yeah, I think they could have left the Orianna open. Did a very good job in the mid lane, but they weren't the big focal point.
Oh boy, the Annie though. has picked up the Annie multiple times before, and the performance was just insane. And if you can think about it, they might be able to pick it up later on, because the thing is, Isa and M have the Annie in common. They have that Lux in common, so BFF are showing that if you take away the Lux, we'll have something for backup. We know what we're going to do this time.
I think that's nearly a bit of shade. It's taunting. Go on, go pick it. Go take it. It's there.
I'd do it.
Exactly.
I dare you.
They're not going to be picking it up straight away here. They're actually going to be looking for the Malzahar, which will most certainly be going for Isa. They have been playing that quite a bit as well, so this kind of lends itself towards what we saw in the last game, a kind of a slight pick style coming through. Yes, it was still the AoE. Yes, it was still the big wombo, but there was definitely that pick niche to it as well.
Oh, the Malphite though is available. They're going to pick it up this time. And the thing is, with Berlin's Finest Feeders already picking up their AD carry in the form of the Jinx, they have a late game hyper carry. But now they need to work around and build a composition that defends that AD carry and just lead the Jinx into the later stages of the game and just build around it. And Oxy, of course, has that Alistar available, so why not pick it up again?
The difference here, though, is that Peel have a way to deal with the person on the backline. It doesn't matter what. So in the last game, yes, they had like the Sejuani and stuff like that was capable of diving, but was never really able to. Now instead they're putting it onto the Malphite, who has literally unstoppable force towards that Jinx. And this isn't the big AoE wombo that you were seeing in the last game. Now you've actually got to position with this Jinx. They are so... If they get caught at all, they're just going to get wiped off.
Yeah, exactly. And you're talking about the engage potential. The way you make me Peel, they might go for the Sejuani just like they did the last game and try and combine it with the Malphite or Galio, because Galio's available as well, so they might be able to pick it up, put it in that mid lane, put it in that top lane, because yes, you can still flex it, but we're going to see as Xayah picked up for Maiga in the bottom lane.
I like the Xayah. I love Xayah. I think she's such a good champion right now, but I think there's a lot of issues that are going to come through when you're looking at the team that are coming out from BFFs. The Annie, incredibly hard to dodge Tibbers. You've got the Alistar as well. When you've got that ultimate as the Xayah, that's basically the two you need to dodge all this engage, but there's so much of it coming your direction, it's very hard to try and get around that, and you've only got one chance, because if you get caught out by any of these, it's just donezo. I'm not sure how they're going to play around it. I like it because it works very well into the Jinx. Because of how immobile Jinx is and how she has to walk up the lane so far, it works quite well there, but I'm still not 100% sure.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to see the Jarvan taken away from Fionosis in the top lane, and Kane is actually going to get banned here. Thing is, Kane was actually picked up for one of the games throughout the winner's bracket, and that's where they want to try and take it away from the way you make me peel. We all know Kane has a massive amount of early pressure, but his late game capabilities are not up to par with some of the other junglers that we're used to. Like the Gragas, of course, someone that can just make big potential just so easy for them. Just, you know, throw in the explosive cast, blow someone all the way back, and make it an easy pick. Whereas Kane just always dashes in and doesn't apply as much damage as you'd want him to unless he's extremely fed.
Exactly, and speaking of not much damage, they're going to get rid of the Jarvan in the top lane alongside the Shen as well. So this is just to make sure that the Malphite has a nice laning phase, making sure that Glasson doesn't have to worry about being shoved out of lane. They're gonna get the CS, they're gonna get to scale, and they're gonna become the big beefy, the rock in the top lane. And as well, actually, we're gonna see a lot of jungle focus here. So the Kayn and the Zac band away as well. I like it because of how much engage is already coming through, but I mean, there's still a lot there. There's still the likes of the Warwick we were talking about. There's still the Mumu that we haven't even seen come out. Like, that's a great combo between the Malphite and the Mumu. But they're going to go with the Kazakhs instead.
Oh boy, and who better to deal with the rock than, of course, the Noxian himself, Darius, with that axe.
Rocks can bleed, huh?
Yeah, I think they will, though.
They will.
They definitely will. Yeah, I mean, have you seen the axe? I've seen one person actually make a replica of the axe, and they couldn't hold it up. It was just so heavy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
like a 1-to-1 scale of it.
Wow.
And
I mean, Darius is a big dude.
He's pretty beefy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm beefier, though, obviously.
Of course.
But looking at Berlin's finest feeders, it's going to be the Maokai picked up for Purple Dave in that jungle, so they're going to have a decent amount of engage with Oxy, with the Maokai one more time. The main change, of course, is M has the Annie in that mid lane, and it's going to be the Darius in the top lane for Fionosis, and Braum is going to be the last pickup for the way you make me appeal. You better stand behind Braum because he's the one that has to deal with most of the engage potential coming out from BFFs.
And that's the thing, Braum does very well against the likes of an Alistar in the laning phase, because you're able to just, the second the Alistar goes in, you stand in front and then you trade so effectively because Braum is the one soaking all the damage. The big issue I actually see is when we go past that into the team fighting phase, because yes, Braum can stop stuff. The problem is I don't see how Braum is going to get to the carries. You have so much lockup coming through with the Alistar, the Headbutt Pulverize combo, the Annie, the instant Tibbers, that big stun that comes through, and then you've got the follow-up from the Maokai. It's very difficult to actually move to the players that you need to get to when you have all this AoE CC coming through. I could actually see this becoming quite a big issue for them, but I do like the way the Make You Peel has this, the synergy between the Malphite and the Kazakhs, because that's just a dive combo. It's okay, cool, Malphite, get in there, and then the Kazakhs just comes in and tears through the any sort of backline. So especially when it's an Annie and a Jinx, two very immobile carries, if they can get onto that combo, if they can get onto and just wipe the carries off the board, there's nothing really that they can do about it.
Yeah, with the instant burst, you got Braum to try and buy as much time. You got the Malphite coming in with the unstoppable force, Kazakhs to try and just pick them off one by one. Then you have the Malzahar with the Nether Grasp as well. They can just try and pick one target up before maybe focus on the Jinx, focus on the Annie before any of her abilities actually come out, and just stop her in her tracks instantly. And that's going to be the main focus, I believe, for the side of Peel.
Yeah, I think the Malzahar pick is nearly more of disengage. This is, as you were saying, the buy time mode. This is, we just want to stop you fighting us so we can fight you. This is going to be a game of backlines. It's which backline is going to die first, and when you've got the Malzahar there and you've got the Braum, you've got a little bit more appeal, and I think that could be a big factor coming into this.
Yeah, exactly. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be jumping into the second game of this best of 5 final, of course, with the way you make me appeal. This time are going to be on the red side, and Berlin's finest feeders are going to be on the blue side. Berlin's finest feeders, with the certain composition that they have right now, they need to fight for every single inch of the Summoner's Rift if they want to stay in this best of 5 and if they want to fight for that title.
Yeah, right now I think the biggest focus is going to be on that top lane. The Darius and the Malphite matchup. Malphite, if they fall behind, is useless. He can go in, he can get the CC, but the issue is that they just die so fast. There's nothing that they can do about it. Realistically, if the Darius starts to get ahead, he's got so... We were talking about the Annie combo and the Jinx being these big carries. If Darius gets ahead, he's enabled so well by this team. There's so much CC that he can run amok. He can pull the balls that we saw, the pentakill coming through for C9. This is the team that just enables Darius to the fullest extent.
Yeah, exactly. And thing is, whenever I see a Malphite, I always think of two champions that can easily deal with him. One, Olaf, just because of the true damage coming out from the E, and then you have Darius, of course, because just that extra armor penetration coming out from his E.
And
so
the true damage as
exactly.
well.
Yeah. So basically, what you're supposed to do as a Darius, from my perspective, is you start maxing the E just so you get that instant armor penetration whenever the Malphite starts buying those items, and then you can just start shredding him bit by bit and just start taking him down.
Yeah, and I'll have to see if that is what he decides to go for. Right now, he's going quite a defensive build, going towards that Doran's shield. So we'll have the health regen there, but I think he could have got away with being a little bit more aggressive. They had
with the potion,
there.
maybe.
Yeah, just the extra mana regen and that would have been very nice, just so you can continuously harass with those abilities.
Yeah, exactly. But it's going to be the blue side start for the Maokai and a blue side start as well for Havoc Crumpet. I'm hoping that the bleeds from the Darius don't actually secure it. It has happened to me before, and it would be such a shame. But Maokai's going to secure it. Everything's going to be all is well in the world. Everything is fine. For now, though.
Yeah, for now is right, because these junglers are going to be doing a very fast clear. So the next question is, where do they want to put that focus? Maokai could definitely get in onto that bottom lane. You've got the engage tools there with the Alistair just setting you up so nicely, but have to see if they do decide to go for it.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking about the focus. Just look at that clear. And now we actually have a Maokai. There we go. That's what we wanted all along. Was that so much to ask for? It's actually going to be one of the chroma ones as well.
Do we have the matching Alistair, though? That's the real question.
Ooh.
Are they both purple PJs? Is this a purple?
Imagine casting in purple PJs.
Is this a purple PJ party for the purple Dave in the jungle?
Oh boy. Why? Oh boy. You see, now we have to take a look at the Alistair, though. We have to find out, because this is the burning question right here. This is what the crowd needs to know. But I think they're avoiding it on purpose. They're avoiding the bot lane on purpose right now.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, production doesn't like when I make jokes like that, so 99% sure that's what's happened. But we can see the pushing power coming through from the Malzahar right now in the mid lane. Already stocking up a nice amount of minions there. And this is the problem when you're playing as an Annie. You got the Q there to make sure that you can farm, but you still don't like being pushed underneath your turret.
Oh, but we might be able to find out soon enough, because here comes Purple Dave, and Zaya does not have the ultimate. She's only level 3, and here comes Oxy. They're going to be jumping and forcing the flash out of the bot lane. It's going to be Aria trying to buy as much time here, but decent amount of damage coming up from the side of BFFs, and Purple Dave already forcing a summoner. Meanwhile, 5 stacks on that Malphite towards the top lane. E already used to try and pull him in, apprehend. Not going to work anymore, but that is a lot of damage from the minions, because trying to buy as much time for Havoc Crumpet to jump in. But there is vision placed by the Darius. Is going to know that that worm is, or not worm rather, that bug is rotating towards the top side. It's going to be playing it safe.
They do have to be careful, though. Yeah, I was going to say, because if Malphite had stuck around there whatsoever, they would have lost all that HP, and you've now, because you tried to tank the minion wave, lost the minion wave anyway to the tower, because you have no health to stick around.
Oh boy, Fionosis doesn't know that the bug is still there. Have Crumpet going to spot him out in that bush. Going to force him to stay in the lane. He won't be able to recall just yet, but the Darius going to stay in the lane, going to try and see if he can push out this final wave and recall and try and see if he can buy a couple of items and come back to the lane. Meanwhile, looking towards the bottom side, yes, we do know that the Alistair is going to be matching. It's not a purple one, though, it's a white one.
Wow,
but it doesn't even matter, because the flash isn't available onto Mygon. Is going to be jumping in. Oxy goes in for the engage, rooting one more time. The Chuck's going to be coming down onto the ground by Stockbrood, and this could be the first one going in. The Kittens are going to be the ones securing the first blood. Aria still does have the flash available. She's going to be forced to flash the hell out of there. It's going to be the first blood going over to BFF.
Yeah, smart flash coming out from the Brom. They most certainly would have been falling if they hadn't done so. That's why you use the exhaust in that situation. It's not only for the damage reduction, it's for the slows to enable those cooldowns to come back up. And I'm not surprised
to see boy, this is going to be a very low HP bug coming in right here.
Yeah.
It could be Fiona's is fighting for every single inch of that lane. He's going to be pulling them in a little bit towards the turret, but not close enough, though. But that's a massive amount of bleed damage. The force, the flash was already forced onto the Darius, and the fact that he forced it onto Havoc Crumpet as well, really well played. 2v1 on a Darius, you still have to play it very, very carefully, because the amount of health he can gain is just insane.
Yeah, you have to play it carefully, and that's why you want to be going to that lane with full health, but that's not the play. But we're going to be looking at the bottom side, and this is why you're going to see the Maokai continuously do this. No level 6 onto the Zaya, there's no flash available. Yes, the heal is there, but that's not going to keep them alive for very long. And look, there's just no way you're surviving that. And this is the combo that we were talking about that you can get with that Maokai and alongside that the Alistair. They just work so well together and they guarantee a gank.
And they guarantee it indeed. And I feel like the exhaust coming out from Maria could have come out a little bit earlier to try and buy as much time for Maiga to escape. Unfortunately, BFF still were able to come out on top in the end. First blood going over to the Maokai. Those cute kittens can be very deadly. You have to be careful. Going to be Oxy going in for another engage. But honestly, Oxy throughout both these games so far has always been in such an aggressive position. Try and force the AD carry. Try and force that support to just back off and showing that he's the one controlling the lane. Showing that it's his lane. That if you come any closer, I'm going to immediately go on to you.
Yeah, incredibly well played. And it just means that the Peel are just falling further and further behind. A good headbutt there to keep the AD carry safe.
Yeah, it's going to be Stockwood. Going to get the concussive blows. Might be able to get proc with one more attack. And yes, it will. The flash, actually the heal, is going to be forced out of Stockwood for now. But still, it's going to be a Havoc Crumpet. A successful gank if you actually force any sort of summoner. And if you get any kill, then that's up there. Plus, the ultimate's going to be coming out of Fionosis. Decent amount of bleed damage. He's going to be taking a lot. Not going to. He's actually going to survive. And the bleeds are going to get the kill. And Fionosis comes out on top once more, getting himself a kill on that rock, and it shows that rocks do bleed. Bleed?
And that's the worst thing about playing against the Darius, where you're like, I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe.
I'm alive.
I'm not safe. I'm not safe. I'm not safe. And this happens time and time again.
Malphite's like, yeah, this is fine. I'm fine.
This is
yeah,
fine. As the house burns down.
Yes.
Them, yeah. But unfortunately, not going to be able to pick up all that CS experience at the turret as well, so the Rock is going to get further and further behind, and this is what we're talking about. If the Darius starts to get a foothold in this matchup, starts to pull ahead, it can be very difficult for the Malphite to really try and claw any sort of semblance back into the game.
Yeah, exactly, but it's going to be Purple Dave rotating towards the bottom side. They already have a controller in their favor, so they don't know that the Maokai is there for now. SS going to be coming out, but they're going to be waiting for absolutely nothing. They need to kind of rotate towards the mid lane maybe. But still, I think BFF still have a decent lead at this point. 1,000 gold lead, just like the last game, 8 minutes in. But it's not because of CS system, it's because they actually have those 2 kills.
I think Maokai was hoping that the bot lane for Peel would push up a little bit further, so then they could try and get a gank just as their own bot lane was moving into the lane. But looks like Peel had smelt something was up, and we're a little bit worried about losing too much CS and experience to their own tower if they stuck around too long.
Yeah, exactly. And looking towards M and Isa towards that mid lane. The CS is going to be going in favor of Isa this time. The constant pressure going to be coming in, of course, forcing the Annie back. It's easy for an Annie to farm up just because of the Q and how it resets, but also easy for the Malzahar to farm up with the Malefic Visions. Meanwhile, looking towards that top side, Fionosis and Glacian just going to be constantly trading in that top side. And again, the constant pressure coming up from Fionosis to force Malphite to farm under his turret.
And that's all you need to do right now as this Darius is try and keep pushing the lane in. You can see how heavily it's hitting the mana cost of the Malphite. And that's the thing, you know, that E costs a tremendous amount. You don't have a great mana pool even available for the Malphite. But
one's a rock and one's a tree rock.
I know. I know. I'm getting my nature confused, okay? I didn't do good in geography, okay?
You're fine. You're fine.
But yeah, and that's it. And now he's got the roam potential down. He's able to pick up the plant in the river as well, which will allow him to restock, get a bit of that mana pool back for the Darius, and just let the game start over again.
Oh, I don't think Malphite's having a good time towards that top end. Stacks upon stacks of bleeds on that Malphite. Meanwhile, going towards that bottom side of the map, here comes Crump, and it's going to be Oxy out of nowhere. He's going to get knocking up both members here. It's going to be Featherstorm coming out, not even close towards Oxy. He should be able to escape out of there. Meanwhile, Oxy looks like he wants to go for another engager. They're going to be jumping in. The double knockup coming in from the Maokai, and Aria's not in the right position. Oxy jumps in with a triple knockup. Oh, the triple man Tibbers coming out from M, and they're going to be getting a double kill onto Oxy, and they're not done yet. They're going to get 2 more kills. 4 kills in favor of BFF and an Ocean Dragon.
Fantastic play from BFF. They knew exactly how far they could push that, and that was so unfortunate for Iza. Actually, they flashed into the their own team, which meant the Maokai, as he was falling through with the twisted advance, got the entire way into the team, and then he was just in a perfect position. You can see here, it looks like Oxy's been caught out because the call is coming through. The cow's on the loose. Let's get them. Unfortunately, though, they're not able to get the last tick down right here. So when the Featherstorm comes through, there's no one to follow up. And this is just a turnaround here. And you can see that it looks like Oxy might end up going for the Braum, who's been stopped here, but instead goes for the 3-man.
Yeah, but watch M right there. Watch M.
The flash through.
Oh, that is just beautiful. 3-man Tibbers. Insane amount of damage. And the Rockets as well coming out from the Jinx, doing that AoE damage. Just an insane amount of burst. And this is the composition that works in the favor of BFF. And this is what we were talking about beforehand. The engage potential of Oxy jumping in. And just time and time again, we see why you should ban the Alistar away. Because every time the Alistar was available, they would pick it up, and I definitely can see why.
Yeah, there's just so much pressure coming in from Oxy, and even picking up the double kill for themselves there as well has just been fantastic. It's as a guy who plays a lot of Alistar, this is what I love to see. This is the way I like the games to go, and Oxy has just been playing it to perfection.
And we'll have a Crumpet going to be going up the Rift Herald on a 1v1. Looks like Fionosis knows that something might be up, and oh boy, have a Crumpet in the wrong side of the Rift here. He's going to be forced to flash out of the pit. There's going to be a couple of Voidlings summoned by Isa, and the Rift Herald might be going over to BFF or a Smite Steal, but it isn't available for Havoc Crumpet, so they won't be able to go in for a steal here. Meanwhile, M is in the bush. You know that M is there. You do not want to go there. Going to be Glazing trying to rotate, might be able to try and buy as much time. They know that M is there. Going to be the Kazakhs trying to use the Blast Cone, not at the right time. Smite comes in, and it's going to be Purple Dave securing the Purple Herald.
Did they give it across to Maokai?
No, the Darius.
There. Yeah, Darius has picked up that for themselves now, which is going to be brilliant because they're already winning that lane super hard, and when you put the added pressure of a Rift Herald on top of that, you know, the increased recall time means they can get back to lane so fast. It's going to be very, very difficult to continue to stay in this lane for the Malphite, and they're already eking out the loss in the bottom lane, and when you're now getting even further ahead in the top lane, it's not looking good.
Yeah, it's going to be Oxy going for an engage one more time. Area knowing that there's backup. Isa coming towards the bottom side. Featherstorm has already been used. Going to try and root up that cow, but here comes Isa, suppresses that AD carry. Stockwood going to be trying to buy as much time, but there's not enough damage to secure. And the ultimate coming out from Stockwood. This might be the first kill going in, but still, Area is alive. The potion is procced. Going to be saving there behind, but here comes M. Here comes the N, and she wants kills. Flash is not available, but the Tibbers is, and it's going to be coming down onto the Malzahar, and that's going to be one kill going in favor of BFF. Beautiful rotation coming out from M.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for Peel. They tried to make the play on the bottom side of the map, but the Jinx
does he have Apprehend available? No, he doesn't, but he's going to be flashing after Glacian. He might be able to ult him down. The bleed should be able to take him down one by one. And it's going to be the potion going to be procced. Might be able to save him. The bleeds are fighting, but he will survive.
Yeah, this is just plays across the board coming out for BFF right now, and Peel again don't really look like he can get a foothold into it. They're trying the plays, but it's just not quite working out for them time and time again. Eking outs. This is the second time.
Have a Crumpet hungry for that. Jinx going to be jumping in. The isolation is going to be able to help that Kazakhs. Meanwhile, here comes the cow. Going to be jumping in. Going to knock him up. Going to dissuade him from chasing down that AD carry. And Oxy again comes to the rescue. And looking again at everything going in the favor of BFF's 7 kills to nothing. 1 turret, 1 dragon. But we're going to have a quick replay of the last team fight.
Yeah, we're going to see now. This is the thing, Stockbrood and Oxy are just playing so well together. You can see the TP comes through. Malzahar is going to try and make their way in behind Stockbrood. They get onto the AD carry, but the big problem is because of that flash right there, there's no follow-up from Mega or from Arya. They're just too far away, and Oxy tries to get the combo off, but of course the frame means that you can't get it through, and then it's just a turnaround to come down once Emma arrives.
Yeah, but it's going to be a Purple Dave coming in again towards that bottom side of the map. The ultimate going to be coming in, landing onto Area. It's going to be Fionosis chasing down that Braum. Meanwhile, on the back side of the fight, Oxy going to be chasing down that AD carrier, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to secure any kills just yet. Isa, and here comes M. He's going to get suppressed. Micah might be able to chase down and deal a decent amount of damage, but Micah's going to get silenced. The Malefic Visions might be able to secure the kill, and it will. M's going to be the first victim. That's the first kill going over to Peel, but they're going to be on the run. They have the numbers advantage, but can they take the fight? No, they can't, because Fionosis secured himself 1 kill of his own. Featherstorm coming on to disengage the team fight. Going to be rooting Oxy down, going to dissuade them, but Oxy doesn't care. They're going to be jumping in. They're going to be going back, but it's still going to be 1 kill over to 1 between both these teams.
Yeah, low health bars across the board, and no real wave clear in sight apart from the Xayah, who won't want to step up to try and clear this, so this tower could go across the BFF.
Yeah, they already have first break goal, but they're going to try and crack down that tier 1 in the mid lane. Going to try and open up the map a little bit more, because looking at their team right now, they have a 5,000 gold in, and after that turret, it's going to be 6,000 gold in 60 minutes into this game, and it doesn't look any good whatsoever for Peel.
Yeah, there's not much that they really can do right now. They keep trying to make the plays, but it's just not quite working out for them. You can see them. That's the second game now. They've gone for a great play. Like, that play in 9 times out of 10 works out in the bot lane. Unfortunately, though, Stockbrood had twice now, has barely eked out away from that, and it's just cost them so much every time.
Yeah, exactly. Going to be having a 30 CS lead and going to be securing yet another turret, and that is every single tier 1 turret secured. Meanwhile, Fianos is going to be picking up Aria. A little bit over aggressive, trying to place down a bit of vision for the side of Peel, but not going to help him out. And it's going to be the next dragon spawning in. It's going to be the Cloud Drake as well. First Drake was already secured for the side of BFF. Looks like this could be the second one, and that's a very, or rather, an early second dragon to be securing already.
Yeah, and I don't think that Peel really want to try and get involved in this. They are looking for the Darius, though.
And it's going to be Fianosis a little bit over aggressive. They're trying to buy as much time, but he's going to be fine. The the Oxy coming in for the rescue. This cow is just saving everyone.
I love how bloodthirsty Stockbrood was there as well. It's like, let me at him, let me at him. Goes running up his
more kills.
Yeah. But
no, we're done.
Calm it down. Back to base. No, but that's the thing. This is what happens when you get that far away, and you can play that aggressively as the AD carry when you are that far ahead. The team has got your back. You got the support there. 1-0-4, Ruin's Hurricane complete. BF Sword well on the way up towards that Infinity Edge. Stockbrood is in a fantastic place right now. And this is the thing, we've seen the Malphite ults come through, but they haven't really been able to connect with the backline.
Yeah, exactly. And Glacier needs to kind of get in the right position to try and go for that unstoppable force engage, because if Glacier isn't the one able to get those engages going, or if it isn't Isa flashing and ulting someone and allowing the side of Peel to try and go for an engage, this is going to be easier for BFF, because it's much easier to engage as the Alistair. Because if you spot out the Malphite, you're immediately just, the instinct is just to go back. But for really against rather an Alistair, you're going to try and see, no, he's not going to go this time. You're not going to get engaged this time. But then out of the blue, you're going to be engaging time and time again. And the fact that Oxy, time and time again, keeps saving every single member from his team.
And that's the thing, it's not only Oxy who has these great engages coming through, it's also that Maokai. Time and time again, we've seen Maokai get in behind the team, great flank positioning on their behalf, and just been taking over lanes. I mean, that gank that we saw in the bottom lane, they got completely behind him, locked up.
ISS passive has been procced, and it's going to be pushed back, and it's going to be M securing the kill. Going to be ultimate coming out from the Braum, but at what cost? It doesn't even matter at this point. Stockbrood going to get exhausted, so going to buy as much time here. It's going to be the Malphite, or they're going to get ulted. It's going to get taken down. Meanwhile, Fianos is going to be picking up the Zaya at the back of that fight. And it's going to be Malphite as well, going to get secured. And Aria, one of the only victims surviving from the side of Peel. But that is a triple kill going over to the Darius. And again, they're going to try and siege up towards that mid lane. 13 kills to 1, 19 minutes into this game. And it's going to be a 10,000 gold lead as soon as they secure this objective. And Peel, it's not looking good for them. How can they fight back at this point? This is the last game if BFF secure the win.
I don't know what they can do, to be honest. Right now, they've their base is cracked open. They can try and make something happen, but yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, looks like they want to try their power, their hunger for more kills. They sent the kittens on their way to try and just zone everyone away. Going to try and secure the first inhibitor falls before 20 minutes into this game at 10.5 thousand gold lead. And again, BFF just look unstoppable right now.
And this is the thing, how do you try and put pressure onto something like that? This is why the Maokai ultimate is so strong right now. It's, as I say.
Oh boy, it's going to be Crumpy, going to get locked up, and he should be taken down easily. Just another free kill going in the favor of BFFs. Now they're mounting up an assault towards that top lane. And Oxy again with that aggressive positioning, just zoning everyone away and asserting their dominance.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and push on for the next inhib turret as well. You can see there's so much dive potential that can come through. Still, a lot of ultimates available as well, including the big one, the Tibbers there as well. Glass in, trying to get in, but not really finding anything.
And they're probably just going to disengage for now. The Baron is available, and at this point they could go for it. Not right now, but maybe try and recall, set up for it, put down some vision, and bait the side of Peel into that fight.
I don't even know if they need to right now. All they have to do is just go straight for the Baron. If the rest of Peel try and go in, they can turn in an instant. You've got the ultimate there from the Maokai, you've got the flash engage from the Annie as well, and the flash on the Alistair. Just means that there's so much go power. We want to fight right now that it's just going to be impossible for Peel to escape.
Yeah, exactly. And with the Jinx finishing the Runan's Hurricane already going to get that Infinity Edge, as also it's going to be a decent amount of crits. I believe 50% with those 2 items already. And you can look at the Darius 7, 0, and 0, 3, 1, and 6 Annie. Everyone is just stocked up on the side of BFF.
Yeah, and you can see how much armor he has as well. Not even worried about the Malphite. I did it again. Not worried about the Malphite. The AP
one's a
damage
tree and one's a rock. Again.
I'm probably going to do it a 3rd time as well.
Yeah, 3rd time's the charm. 3rd time's the charm.
But not worried about the magic damage that's coming through from this Malphite.
Oh boy.
So far, oh no.
Oh, have a crumpet. You're gonna want to jump a lot earlier than that, and the ultimate's gonna be coming in from the Jinx and get dunked. Says Fionosis and secures 1 more kill. Maybe rotating towards the top side of the map, and again the Baron is available, but they might be able to just run it down top lane, because a 5v4 with over a 10,000k gold lead, they can go for 10,000k. That is a lot of money.
Yeah, that's almost as much as 2017. But
I
right
know.
now, we're going to be.
You had to go to the Gen Aria, though. Going to get engaged upon. Going to try and disengage with their ultimate. And it's going to be suppressing that AD carry. It's going to be Stockbrute taken down. They're not fighting on the right terms. Peel, this could be the fight that they actually win this time. It's going to be concussive blows. Might be able to get blocked. Aria going a little bit over aggressive with barely any HP. Oxy between 3 members. It's going to be chased down 1 by 1. Unbreakable Will comes down. This should be able to secure the kills. Slowed, and it's going to be Oxy should be easily secured here, but he's going to try and buy as much time. Oxy going to be able to flash. Malefic Vision still going to secure the kill, but it doesn't matter because they saved the Darius. And meanwhile, towards the bottom side, they have M just split pushing on their own.
Yeah, they are split pushing, but it looks like people are going to go for the Baron. They don't have, realistically, the damage right now to try and push in towards this inhib turret. They're going to be forced to back, and that was a massive misplay coming out from BFF. We were talking about how much pressure they have as a team, but when you split up like that, you lose all of it.
Available. Why are you next to the wall? He can actually just try and apprehend you across the wall. Ultimate going to be coming out from Stock with the Super Mega Death Rocket, but it's going to be the Darius jumping into 5 members. Talking about the Pentacle before. If there's any other chance, this could be it. There goes 1, and there goes 2. That's going to be a double kill for the Darius. And here comes Annie, and she steals the kill away. M's going to be securing Maiga. Meanwhile, Fionosis is going to be chasing down and Glacian the Flash. Force is going to be Zap, slowing them down even more. Fionosis says 1, 2, and there's the 3rd. Dunk after dunk after dunk. That is 4 kills in favor of BFF, and they're going to run it down top.
There's only the Braum left remaining. They're finishing off the Baron first. They might have been able to just finish there, but instead they're going for the objective. They've got Jinx and Darius pushing in on that top side of the map. Will most certainly pick up the inhib turret for themselves. The inhib will be soon to follow. It's just the Kazakhs now spawning. Actually, they might not be able to pick up this inhib. It's still so early in the game, only 23 minutes. Death timers haven't really hit a critical point right now.
Yeah, but they already picked up an inhibitor towards that mid lane, so they're going to have super minions rushing it down. Baron has already been secured. They're going to try and disengage with those traps. And looks like BFF yet again coming out on top with a beautiful objective split. Yes, they got the Baron, and yes, they got the inhibitor turret. That's going to be 1 exposed inhibitor, 1 inhibitor already taken down. And meanwhile, the bot lane is already constantly pushing in their favor. And they have everything they need, and over 15,000 gold in their favor right now. BFF are just unstoppable. They're legendary. All of them are legendary right now.
Legendary, Rampage, and everything else they can throw at it.
Dominating.
And they are now going to go and pick up another dragon for themselves. And Ocean Drake will add to the plethora that they've had so far this series. And I feel like every time we talk about these objectives getting taken, it's just another hammer into the nail of the coffin for Peel. They haven't really been able to find a way into this game. Nobody really looks like they're able to answer for the damage that's just coming through. I mean, looking at the AD carries, it's just the Ruin's Hurricane, the full item completed, where you've got the Ruins, the Infinity Edge, and working up towards that final crit item as well. Most likely going to be the Rapid Fire, just for that added little bit of distance. And look at the Darius.
Look at the he doesn't assist. Darius does not assist whatsoever. Look at, they're just going to walk in straight into the base. Ison going to get engaged upon. He's going to pull him and stop his ultimate. Maokai ultimate going to be coming down. That's the first victim of the fight. M comes in with the Tibbers. It's going to be 2 and maybe 3 to follow. And this could be the fight that BFF end the series in. It's going to be 2 kills already. And might be Crumpet falling next. And he's going to be dunked. And the Bleed's going to be securing him one more time. Malphite not going to be able to stop this onslaught coming out from the side of BFFs. Already 3 kills to nothing in their favor. And they're going to secure the bot lane inhibitor and the mid lane inhibitor. And they could end the game right now if they siege it up.
I think they're just trying to style on them right now, taking all 3.
They're doing it by the book, Rob. They're doing it by the book.
They're taking a page out of the playbook and they're doing it right.
There you go.
Look at Malphite getting rooted up he's not going to be able to do very much right now. The ultimate not quite available.
No, they are not. Oxy, it looks like they want to engage one more time, getting in that position. Silence coming out from the Malzahar. First Nexus are already going to get threatened here. Oxy's going to try and knock them back. Going to root it, and Buddha and Aria is the first victim of the fight one more time. So coming on to Isa, and it's going to be a double kill for that Jinx. And meanwhile, it's going to be the Malphite jumping in. They can only do so much. First Nexus turret is already destroyed, and that is going to be an ace for BFF. Both Nexus turrets, a triple kill for Stockbrood and BFFs. Berlin's finest feeders are your Grump Division finalists, and they're going to be your winners.
And they were anything but feeders throughout this series. I mean, near perfect KDAs across the board, both in the first game and that second game. And this was the reason that they dominated the winners bracket.
Yeah, they remain undefeated throughout the whole tournament, and they're going to be the champions of the Grump Division of the European 2017 Riot Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in, and thank Europe for joining me today, and thank production for an amazing job. And tomorrow we will see you for the Scuttle Division Finals. But thank you, everyone, and have a good day.